I'm quite sure that they sure it's going to increase the price. in the future, but The major's probably gonna sharpen their pencil. 5-star is hungry right now.
And they missed the last one by like it was like this.
They're hungry. They're calling, asking, what do you got? What do you got? What about, people like WTC?
So I just.
There's some capacity to help them, but we have to go to $5 million.
That's the range that I got back on. A couple of them was like 5 to 12, so like 5 is very comfortable, 12 is like a mere stretch, and anything over, they take 5.
Okay, because that's what I. Okay.
Where is my mic? Testing 1, 2.
That's good. Next. Testing.
Miriam, see, I didn't ignore you. I was in the luncheon. I called you back. Okay. A real mini. Right.
Coming up at a good time, that's what we get ready to do. Outreach. Got the Great Lakes thing, and then, August, big one that's coming up, and then we go. And one,
Okay. Yeah, just test it. Turn it off.
Testing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're both. Oh. Very good. Test 1. Okay. Right, yeah. Not going, oh, it's being removed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you flip the page, to cross it out for you.
Great.
It was the union ratification, but we're not doing today.
Okay.
Chair,
Not yet.
it's 2:00.
That's for dues, that's for don'ts. Whisper. No, we got five.
Thank you.
It is 2:00, so let's call to order the July meeting of the Board of Water Commissioners. And we'll begin with calling the roll. Present.
Vice Chairperson Blackman,
Present.
Garcia, Commissioner Kinlott, And we have Commissioner Forte, Commissioner Coleman, as well as Commissioner Davis, who are absent today, but we do have a quorum.
Yeah, four of us is all right, good. Next, item 3, approval of the agenda. And I want to propose an amendment that item E on page 5 be removed from the agenda to come back at another time. With that amendment, is there a motion to approve the agenda? Commissioner Blackman.
Move to approve the agenda as amended.
All right. Commissioner Garcia, seconds. Any corrections or changes to the agenda as presented? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and that is adopted. Next, the minutes of June the 18th, 2025. What is your pleasure?
Yeah, but wait for Commissioner Kenlock, but he's not saying anything, so approval of the minutes as presented.
You might want to use your microphone.
Oh, wait, this is my microphone.
Oh.
I approve the, I'm separate from everybody else.
All right.
The minutes of the June 18th as presented.
It's been moved and seconded. Any corrections to the minutes? All those in favor say aye,
Aye.
and that's adopted unanimously. Next, we have public comments, and I have 2 people who have signed up in person. And let's begin with Haider Ayub, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but please come forward.
Mr. Chair, can we read the instructions first?
Yes, please.
Thank you. To make a comment, if you are in person, please sign the sign-in sheet. Your name will be called and you can proceed to the microphone. If you are online, please raise your hand by using the raise hand icon on your desktop or mobile device. If you are calling into the meeting by phone, press *9 to raise your hand. If you are online using the Zoom app or on the phone using Zoom, after your name is called, you will get permission to unmute. In order to begin speaking, you will have to unmute yourself. To do so, press the unmute button, which is the microphone icon if you're online or on the app, or *6 if you're calling in. At the beginning of your comment, please share your full name and the community or neighborhood you live, work, or are representing. The timer will start after your introduction. You will have a limit of 3 minutes to make your comment. And please keep your comments to public comment. This is not an opportunity to request information or data, which can be done through the city website and Legistar. If you're online to make a comment, in order for DWSD staff to follow up with you, we kindly request you complete the comment card link that will be shared in the chat, as well as also posted on the city website at detroitmi.gov/DWSD attached to this meeting invite. You will only be called upon once. Once the chair closes public comment, there will be no other comments from the public, and all attendees will remain muted for the duration of the meeting. On-site comments will go first, as Mr. Chair just invited, followed by online and on the phone. Thank you.
You. Mr. Ayub, am I pronouncing it correctly?
Hi, my name is Musa Bazi. He is Mr. Haider Ayub. He doesn't speak. I'm sorry. I'm here in behalf of Mr. Haider Ayub to say his comment. He doesn't speak English. Okay? Okay, he received a bill for $2,366.69 for water. We would like to know what is that, and he never been late in his payments.
Would you speak into the microphone, please?
Received a bill of $2,366.69. We don't know what is this bill for. His water bill, we've been paid every month. So he's not behind on any payment.
Is that a residential?
Commercial.
So we can have somebody from our customer service team. I think Kim is behind you, or there she is. She's right behind you. She's gonna take you to the side and we're gonna work it out today.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have I believe it's Liz Cohen, who is acting as power of attorney on behalf of Donald Williams.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon to everyone. My name is Liz Cohen. I'm acting in behalf of my brother, Donald J. Williams, who owns a property in Detroit, Michigan. Presently, he's in Savannah, Georgia, living with me. The house has been vacant at 13556 Metatol, Detroit, Michigan, from 2000, probably 21 until present. A water bill came as a result of to sell the home because he has dementia in the last picture. I received a dangerous house thing from the city. And I went to the court about it, and they said that they would tear the house down if we could not board it up and everything. We had no money. We checked into that from Savannah, and we could not do it. A realtor called about selling, and they said we can do that. So I had everything in place. The water bill that we received was for $16,000 and 900 and some cents. The house has been vacant, even though it is destroyed by whomever would go stay in it. Don't call those vagrants or whomever they are. So I need to look into this to have something done. I don't want the house torn down. The seller will close on the house as an investor, but I need to see why this a vacant house from 21, and they, according to the water people, they said they shut the water off completely May 3rd of 2023. For all of these charges and everything we can't afford is charged to that property that we owe $16,000 on. So I'm coming to the committee because they said to check with the commissioner when I spoke to the Attorney General, Water General the other day. So I'm before you to look into this matter in any way you possibly can to see if this can be rectified, help in one way or the other. So that's my purpose in being here, to check this out for us.
Yeah, and the same young lady, Kim, she's gonna help you work through this issue. We've got a little work to do to try to understand whether or not some of the past due balance has been moved over to the treasurer's office. And it's not all at DWSD, but she knows how to work through that issue so that her name is Kim. She'll be right back up. She's helping the gentleman that was in front of you, and then she'll come and get you. But we will today help you work through the issue.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cohen. Is there anyone else in person here who would like to address the board? All right, do we have anyone online?
Yes, we do, Mr. Chair, and would like to give the online attendees a reminder to raise your hand now if you're going to do public comment. The first person is Cecily McClellan.
The name,
Miss Cecily McClellan.
Ms.
Yes.
McClellan?
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. I have a few issues of concern. I'm representing We the People of Detroit. This is one issue that used to be available in the water department's regulations, was the emergency medical waiver. Well, in essence, that if you had a medical issue or someone in your house, that person could supply a doctor's note indicating that water was necessary, and they would be allowed 28 days for that medical emergency for a year. And it could be repeated every other year. Now, a similar provision was added to the Detroit Lifeline. We are receiving calls of persons that have medical emergencies that are facing potential shutoffs, and I would like to know whether the general customer base still have that option, that if they do have a medical issue of someone in the house, that they can contact and supply the documentation to the water department and can either prevent that shut off for 28 days or can have the water restored within 24 hours of that shut off. Increasingly, we are getting concerns of persons that are already on the Easy Pay program, and as a result of large arrearages, they are being placed into very high payment plans. And in the case of at least two individuals I've spoken with, they had plumbing issues as well. And so therefore, the payment plans are really unmanageable. And so they're still seeking out forgiveness. It's my hope that there can be some additional funding made available for debt forgiveness, because this is a continued ongoing problem. And it's our hope as well that at some point this year, the Detroit Lifeline program will be restored. And I would like to know whether or not that debt forgiveness component of the Detroit Lifeline will still be available. We would like to see on the dashboard, if all possible, the number of individuals that have been terminated from the Easy Pay in the past 30 days to 90 days, how many are facing shutoff, and how many of the current customers are now in shutoff over the past 90 days. There are very few options in terms of any type of assistance. We were hoping that there was still some funding available in the local water affordability program that was providing $3,000 and plumbing assistance, but that appears to have dried up as well with federal dollars. So it's crucially important that we get your support on House Bill 4555 for water affordability in the state of Michigan. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McClellan.
Mr. Chair, the next person is Beulah Walker.
Ms. Walker?
Hello, Matt. Can I be heard?
Yes, you can.
Good afternoon, distinguished body of DWSD Board of Water Commissioners and everyone that's helping with City Detroit residents get their water cut on. My name is Beulah Walker with Hydrate Detroit. I have two questions, please. And I hope the first question I ask doesn't upset anyone, but I wanted to ask a question to Director Brown and Deputy Director, Mr. Sam Smalley. Are they going to stay or leave with our new mayor administration that's coming up? And second question I have, I echo Mama Cecily's sentiments with the 28-day water hole for people who are experiencing sickness and they need water to survive. I do remember in past practices, Mr. Director Brown has always took a very good eye at cases, extreme cases, and has always advocated for City Detroit residents that needed water due to health issues. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to listen. And thank you all. Have a good day.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, the water emergency policy that has been spoken by both callers is still in place. You don't have to be in Lifeline. You don't have to be in Easy Pay. You can be a resident of the city of Detroit with an account, and if you have a medical emergency, we will adhere to the policy. That's number one. Number two, both the deputy director and I are an appointee of the mayor, and I guess we'll know in a couple of weeks or at least a couple of months who the new mayor will be, and it will be their prerogative with regards to all the appointed directors in the city of Detroit as to who stays and who goes. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Walker.
Mr. Chair, we have Norel Hemphill.
Ms. Hemphill?
Peace and blessings. Good afternoon. My name is Norel Hemphill. I am the legal and policy manager at We the People of Detroit. I did have a quick question about I know was an item that was discussed in the committee meeting this month about the sale of our customer service centers. And I would like to ask the board that you suspend that as an agenda item for now, and ask that you do some community outreach and a study before that is sold. I've talked to a lot of community members over the last 2 weeks about their access to customer service and how they pay their bills, and they all expressed a longing for the option to be able to pay their bills in person, and also to interact with a person when they have issues with their billing. One community member actually said that she's been having trouble paying her bill, which created a large arrear because she was used to paying it in person, and she did not know how to navigate the online system. So I would just again ask that you suspend the vote today. If we could suspend it for about 6 to 8 months to do adequate outreach and actually talk to community members about whether or not that is a viable option. Whether it makes sense for the community to sell those customer service centers, and if customers do need to go in person, that there's other places that are out in the community, not just places downtown. Downtown is hard to navigate for a lot of community members, and it's easier for them to do things within their own neighborhoods. So again, just asking that you consider community in some of these decisions, especially when it comes to customer service and other services that we render for our members of Detroit. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I'm just not aware of any action that we're taking on this agenda that would involve that particular issue, so.
Thank you, Ms. Hemphill.
Mr. Chair, we have no other hands raised.
All right. Is there anyone within the sound of my voice that would like to address the board? Hearing none, we will close public participation and we will move to item 6A, receipt of correspondence. Is there a motion to receive and file?
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Blackman.
can I be heard? Can you hear me?
Yeah, well, you're sitting right next to me.
A different kind of mechanism. I just wanted to make sure. I would move that we receive and file.
Is there support? Questions or comments? I don't know, Mr. Phillips, if you have any comments on the correspondence. But hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed? And that is adopted. Item 7, are there any items from commissioners? All right, hearing none. Item 8, there is no unfinished business. I don't think there ever is.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Commissioner Blackman.
Items from commissioners. I received a call from a community person who said that they were told by customer service that they could no longer come before this board with concerns of their regarding their service, that it had to be filed, had to be taken care of through customer service. I assured her that that was not the case, that there was no directive that came from this board nor from the director. That we are still here under items from commissioners, or pardon me, from under public comments to receive any concerns that customers have. So I wanted to make that a matter of public record.
Thank you for bringing it to my attention. And we have 35 of our customer service agents in training in this building, and we'll make sure that
They understand.
they understand. And the ones that aren't here, we'll make sure that they also get a memo to make sure that it's no misunderstanding.
Thank you.
Any other items from commissioners? All right, there is no unfinished business. So let's move to number 9, the approval of the consent agenda, items 9A through J. Each of these items was considered in detail before the Finance Commission and comes from that commission with a recommendation for approval. That said, does any commissioner wish to remove any of the items A through J from the consent agenda to be considered separately? We're spending tens of millions of dollars here.
We've discussed it.
We did discuss it. All right. Hearing none, a motion is in order to approve the consent agenda.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Garcia and support. Any discussion regarding any of the items? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of adopting the consent agenda, please say aye. Those opposed? And that is adopted.
Forgot your normal statement to remind people that each of these items went through committee and spent hours discussing these items in committee because we have a committee structure and the work take place in committee. And so they're here to be disposed of.
Do you use a similar technique in the Board of Commissioners? Okay. You use a similar, you have to approve all the contracts on the
Committee, so basically they're bundled and it's a report that we just basically present to the full commission. Yep, so it's bundled, not consent agenda, but they're all bundled under the one report. Yep.
Very good. Then we move to item 11, the director's metrics.
Mr. Chair, we need to address item number 10, new business.
Sorry.
On page 4.
A, under new business, 2025-162. Commissioners, would you like to make a motion? On page 4. Okay, page 4. Tell you what, I'm going to recognize myself and move that the Board of Commissioners authorize the director to approve DWSD contract 6007295 to provide grounds maintenance services for a term of 5 years with Premier Group Associates LC not to exceed $259,186.24 and authorize the director to act appropriately to implement this.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is Ms. Welsh?
Good afternoon, Board of Water Commissioners. This contract supports our facility team by providing ground maintenance services for all DWSD locations. Primary work includes mowing, edging, litter, debris removal, as well as spring and fall cleanup. Bids were advertised for 36 days. We received 2 bids. We did issue no bid statements and determined that one vendor responded and said that they didn't have enough time to submit a bid because they were unable to obtain approved tax clearances. Premier Group Associates was the lowest responsive bidder. They are Detroit certified and hold 3 Detroit certifications as a Detroit-based business, a Detroit resident business, and a Detroit small business. And at this time, procurement is recommending to the full board for approval.
Any questions from members of the board or comments? Hearing none, then all those in favor of adoption of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, that is adopted. Next, item B, 2025-167, commissioners. Commissioner Kinlock.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Chair, I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department authorize the director to approve DWSD contract 6007309 with LGC Global, Inc. for the water system improvements for a total contract amount not to exceed $19,477,752 and a term of 2 years. This also would authorize the director to take other action as may be necessary to execute the intent of this vote.
Thank you. It's been moved and supported. Ms. Welsh?
This contract supports our engineering group by providing water system improvements by replacing and rehabilitating existing water mains throughout the city of Detroit. This project will service approximately 32,000 linear feet of water main and attached service lines along that stretch of piping. We advertised bids for 30 days. We did receive 4 bid responses, and LGC was the lowest bidder. They, again, are Detroit certified and hold 3 Detroit certifications as Detroit-based and headquartered, as well as a minority-owned business enterprise. This contract is funded by state revolving funds, and due to Eagle procurement guidelines and the risk of loss of funding is being walked on for board approval today. Procurement is recommended to the full board to review and approve so that we can move to the next step for this work to be performed.
All right. Are there questions or comments by board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, and that is adopted unanimously. Next, colleagues, item C, 2025168. Is there a motion? Commissioner Kinlock.
I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department authorizes the director to approve DWSD contract number 6007201 with DLZ Michigan Inc. for sewer condition assessment, sewer flow monitoring, hydraulic molding, CIP development, and design services in the neighborhoods of Cultural Center, Medbury Park, Eastern Market, Greektown, Milwaukee Junction, New Center, and Tech Town. Project DWS 966 for a total contract amount not to exceed $15,915,746 and a term of 3 years. This also authorizes the director to take such other action as may be necessary to accomplish the intent of this vote.
All right, is there support? It's been moved and supported. Ms. Welsh.
This contract also supports our engineering group by providing sewer condition assessment, sewer flow monitoring, hydraulic modeling, capital improvement planning and development, as well as design services. Under the services provided for this contract, DWSD is able to thoroughly analyze the condition of our sewer assets so that they can better prioritize and plan the rehabilitation and/or replacement of our sewer infrastructure. DWSD procurement did advertise proposals for 42 days. We received 2 responses, which were evaluated, and DLZ was the highest ranked proposal. DLZ, again, is a Detroit-based business and certified through the Creole Department, and procurement at this time is recommended to the full board for your approval.
All right, questions, commissioners, or comments? Hearing, excuse me, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed? And that is adopted. And then finally, item D, 2025164. Yes.
I move that the Board of Water Commissioners for the City of Detroit Water and Sewage Department authorize the director to acquire the properties listed in the attached Exhibit A as part of the Brightmoor Stormwater Improvement Project. No, Brightmoor, I'm being funny. Brightmoor Improvement Project acquisition plan included in the capital budget, and also authorize the director to take such other action to accomplish the intention of this vote. I just couldn't resist it. I had to do that.
It's been moved and supported. Mr. Smalley.
Good afternoon, Sam Smalley, Deputy Director, DWSD. We have a very brief presentation. This is in regards to acquiring property for the Brightmoor Stormwater Improvement Project. Next slide, please. As you may recall, 25 million of the $346 million Community Development Block Grant disaster recovery money being awarded to the city of Detroit from the August 2023 storms is being allocated to support phase 1 of this project. This project will help reduce basement backup street flooding, and it also will provide some cleaner water discharge to the Rouge River. This project will create a 9-acre bioretention pond that will collect stormwater and then eventually discharge it after some settling to the Rouge River. The project is currently in environmental review, but we expect the project to start sometime probably second quarter 2026 and be wrapped up by 2030. Next slide, please. This is where the project is located. Again, we are talking about property acquisition for the Phase 1 area, and more specifically, the gold area showing as pond area. I believe there are 5 principal resident exemption properties in this area. There are 3 urban farms. The vast majority of the property is coming from the land bank. We are working with City Council right now to obtain a resolution of necessity that will primarily be used to clean up title on certain parcels. Some of the property is owned by people not in the city, not in the state, and some not even in the country. So to ensure that we can get some of that title work cleaned up, we are working with council on that. We do have some visions for the future into Phase 2, but again, today we're only talking about Phase 1. Next slide, please. Why this area? This is an ancient stream bed when glaciers used to cover where we are today. It carved out ancient stream beds that provides area for permeation into the soil. The topography lends itself to this nature-based solution. While it will help reduce combined sewer overflows, let me again emphasize, this is about flood risk mitigation and making Detroit more resilient based on the changing precipitation patterns that we've already seen. Its close proximity to the Rouge River will allow for direct discharge. And why now? Because there's a lot of property currently available, the land holds that the land bank has, the trends in flood risk, the changing precipitation patterns that we see. But also this project will help make Brightmoor redevelopment ready by making it stormwater ready, by already addressing one of the big concerns for development and redevelopment, which is how do we handle stormwater? Next slide, please.
Before you go back, please. It would seem that you talked about, you talked about flood mitigation under why now. It should also be under why here.
So one of the benefits is the topography, the elevation, the closeness to the Rouge River. It lends itself to getting some of the stormwater, a lot of the stormwater out of the combined sewer system. And let me be clear, we will always have a combined sewer system. Even in areas where we do these types of projects, there's footing drains and other ways that the system is designed to accommodate stormwater. But getting as much out as we can will reserve or enhance the capacity of the sewer system to help reduce flood risk.
Thank you.
Next slide, please. This is an example of the Far West project that we've already done. Although what we're talking about at Brightmoor, again, is a 9-acre pond. So it'll be similar, but much larger in scale than what you see here. Next slide. Some other examples, the Chandler Park Marsh, not necessarily done by DWSD, but another local solution. Next. An example from Houston, Texas. Next. And another one from North Carolina. And let me just say, we have not started the design. So we've engaged with the community centers, community groups since December of 2023. But once we start to get into the actual design, we will increase and continue that community engagement. So we haven't gotten to that point. So we want the community to tell us what they want it to look like, the nature and the feel. Next slide, please. Next. So again, there's 164 parcels total. 102 of them are coming from the land bank. 62 are privately owned. Again, 5 principal resident exemptions. There's several urban farms, some vacant lots with 18 different owners. Next. Again, community engagement since 2023. We're moving into private property acquisition. We are currently in environmental review, ensuring compliance with the National Environmental Protection Act, NEPA. Housing and redevelopment has the lead on that, working in close collaboration with our permits and stormwater team, along with OHM, our consultant. So that work will hopefully wrap up near the end of 25. And hopefully construction on phase 1 can start Q1, Q2 of 2026. Next, please. Happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Yes. So this is a part of the overall stormwater management plan. These are, I guess, currently residential properties, some farmland, and I think I saw 162 parcels. So I know it's important for us to address all of the flooding and the increase of rainfall that's occurring right now. So it has been determined that these particular properties and this, I know it's challenging over in, as I called it, Brightmoor area, but 164 parcels of land. So this is the highest and best use that has been determined to use this large tract of residential property, because I'm just saying, so.
This project, the location, the topography, the closeness to the Rouge River lends itself to this type of project that will not only benefit the Brightmoor neighborhood by reducing flood risk, but even the way that the regional GLWA system flows, which is from the north to the south and from the east to the west in this area. It not only helps Brightmoor, it helps surrounding neighborhoods as well.
As far as aesthetically, in I guess, just looking at the diagrams, how would it be compatible with the current, I guess, residential development over there, but any potential future development? How would it lay within that? If a developer say, hey, there's some additional vacant lands in this area, I want to develop a subdivision, because that's a whole nother conversation over in this community. How would it fit within?
We certainly see this project as a community benefit. And speaking of community benefits, we're going to engage with the community to see, are they looking for walking paths or benches and things of that nature that CDBG money cannot be used for, but we're looking for grant money and other sources of funding that could be allocated towards that. We think that the pond itself, the example that we show from far west, very positive feedback from that community about that improvement. And the one that we're looking to create at Brightmoor, we think will help add to that. And I think it will help encourage redevelopment.
Okay, so just saying, so to blend in, and one thought would.
The community is going to design it. We're not going to go in there and tell them. I tried that once at the far west, where I wanted to put in a giant slide with snow that community said, no, we don't want that. Let me tell you what we want. So we're going to work with them. But right now, developers are paying, is it $670 an acre for drainage charges. So now you can get a developer to come in, put in low-income housing around this pond, which will look like a lake. 9 acres will look like a small pond, but it'll look like, you've put low-income housing around it, retail development. But more importantly, the developer, for the next 30 to 40 years will get a mitigated drainage charge, because hopefully we'll be pushing the drainage charge off the new project into this pond. Those are the type of things that can happen. Now, we've had more than 300 or more parcels on hold for about 5 years. And now we've got the footprint. And so we were able to release the rest of those parcels and individual developers could buy them. And,
Developers will benefit by having this there. Okay. Thank you.
it's true. Billions of dollars will be saved by developers because of this project.
Commissioner Garcia.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I would like to ask, and I think as I was looking at this, is that looking forward and planning forward, and it's a long process, I'm sure, will improve the value of the area based on maybe not flooding, but based on prevention. Am I understanding that that's part of that whole plan?
It is. And, you know, a lot of those blocks have one house on the block.
Or you can't get flood insurance, so, you know, so.
And the people we've negotiated deals with, they want this to get approved and passed so that they can move on. Some of those homes that may be worth on the tax rolls $20,000, they will be receiving $100,000. There's an urban garden. They call it a farm, so it's a farm, you know, it could be up to $300,000. So we're not, you know, we're not using eminent domain to go in and just pay we're paying a rate. If you're renting, you'll get a year's rent free plus moving expenses. It's a win-win for the people that are there, for the future development and the possibilities that can go there. And, you know, first thing I saw on the news when I woke up this morning was Macomb and Oakland County flooding because they got 3 inches of rain. If that rain had have just moved south, you gotta go somewhere. And you know, most of you have heard me say this, we have this once in a lifetime opportunity to be the greenest city in America because we control the land. No other city, there's no Boston or Philadelphia or Charlotte that owns the land in the land bank that we own. So we have this opportunity to be able to do these type projects. And most importantly, I'll let this just be my comments, you know, in the director's report, because it's what I was going to talk about. We have the team. We have the engineering team led by Sam, but Lisa Wallach and the stormwater management people that are able to have these shovel-ready projects so that when we find money that was in the Biden administration, $25 million that's already been approved by City Council for construction, we just need to acquire the land, get the environmentals done this fall, tear down the abandoned homes or the ones that we buy, and come spring construction season, we're ready to begin construction. So this is the way you mitigate flooding in the environment that we're in, and our team is doing a great job at opportunities.
We've done a lot of work on the west side from when the Upper Rouge Tunnel that was approaching $1 billion expense was canceled around 2008. We were required by our permit with then Michigan Department of Environmental Quality to address that area on the west side. We have met all of those requirements, and now we're looking all across the city, especially areas near the Rouge and Detroit rivers for similar types of projects. So didn't want people to think we're only thinking about the west side. We also have a number of projects now looking all across the city.
Yes.
A project of this size, I'm using a different kind of mic. Can you hear me okay? A project of this size, and you're dealing with a neighborhood association. Of course, I think the leadership and those who attend those meetings would certainly be elated at what we're doing. How do we know that the information is getting out to the rest of the community so they can be advocates for us as well?
The project was mentioned multiple times during the mayor's mandated charter meetings. We've been meeting with community members, block clubs, making sure that we have the right touch point so far. So I think that our team has done a great job. I don't know, Brian, if you want to expand on that, but we think that we are hitting the right touch points.
I just want to know that not enough people attend these neighborhood association meetings. So we may think, well, we're hitting all the touch points, but in terms of getting people to understand the possibilities for them individually. I just, I think it's an ongoing effort. It's not just a 1 or 2 times meeting effort.
I think as Director Brown said, I think the people who are left in this area specifically are very anxious to get moving forward with this project. And just to add a little clarity on the property acquisition, what we are offering is 2 times the appraised value or 90,000 minimum. All of our actions, we are offering 18 months of rental assistance for tenants. Urban farms will be a going concern valuation. And all of our actions will be consistent with the Uniform Relocation Act, because the project that follows this is federally funded. So those are the rules that we're following.
All sounds great. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chair, just to add to what Deputy Director Smalley said. One thing is that these property owners are calling us every week asking when we're going to be ready to purchase their property. So we get those calls pretty frequently. They're very eager. We have done very deliberate outreach with the Department of Neighborhoods and Council President Pro Tem Tate's office because this is his district. He's been advocating for this project. And we have been doing mailings, door hanging, door knocking. So when we do have community meetings with the neighborhood, along with direct outreach to the property owners, we have had a robust attendance, sometimes a full room to explain this project. And we've done different locations. And just to explain further that when we do these projects, not only do we do a lot of pre-communication and outreach, we continue that into construction. So the Far West Stormwater Project, we are doing community meetings every quarter to update the community on that project. And we will do so with Brightmoor as well. You're welcome.
Any other comments? I heard that we're going to City Council to get a resolution of necessity, which I presume means we're putting in our back pocket using eminent domain to acquire property where the owner doesn't voluntarily agree to take the windfall we're offering them.
There's one owner that the city has given a lot of property, and so we need this leverage to be, certainly we're not gonna spend $1 million on property that we gave you just a couple of years ago and you never developed it. So there's some negotiations going on, but once we have this tool in our back pocket, I'm sure that the settlements will go a lot quicker.
Some of us are old enough to remember Pole Town.
Yes.
And
Yes.
okay. And look, if you're offering 3 times, it's a different ballgame.
And Sam hit it on it. We have to be fair to everybody. I mean, the people that are getting 3 times, we can't give somebody else 5 or more. We have to be fair to everyone. So.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Does this require action by us? All right, there was a motion. Hearing no other questions or comments, all those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that motion is adopted. All right. Director's metrics.
I think I said what I was gonna say in the previous agenda item. An opportunity to read it, and if you got any other questions, next meeting, we'll be more than happy to answer.
All right. Comments by commissioners? Commissioner Blackman.
Should we have a fire hydrant update, please?
Really?
In terms of the painting or in terms of operability? As of Monday, there were 186 of our 30,000 hydrants that weren't working. So our team is doing a great job keeping that well below 0.5%. In terms of painting, you may have noticed that we've painted many of the hydrants on the major roads coming in and out of Detroit. I'm not exactly sure where we are into the neighborhoods, but I know that's part of the plan is to get into the neighborhoods.
Thank you, because my neighborhood association asked me to get a report. be able to tell them what you said.
They saw those hydrants on 6 Mile that have been painted.
Not yet.
On 6 Mile they have.
No, I said, they had, at the last meeting, they hadn't seen those.
Oh, okay. One thing, I gave every city council person, they got $1.3 million in their budget to do whatever in their community they wanted. And I asked them all. We could paint every fire hydrant in your district on the main streets, the secondary streets, and the neighborhood streets. And I'm telling you, you'd get all kinds of thank yous from your community if you did that. Not one took me up on it.
Good to know, thank you.
Not one.
Any other items from commissioners? Or comments by commissioners, comments by the chair? I have none. Are there any other matters to? One more time.
Regarding passing the judge.
Oh. I appreciate Commissioner Blackman.
So, okay.
Go ahead.
I think we wanted to acknowledge the passing of Judge Virgil Smith and the wonderful work he did throughout the years, the high esteem in which he was held. We've lost two outstanding public servants in the last month. So some of us were closer and throughout the years had worked with him, but we certainly want to send our condolences to the family and to the community.
Yeah, I first met Virgil when we were both at Wayne State University. And through coincidence, we ended up living across the street from each other in Palmer Woods. And his son, Virgil Smith III, that we all know as Kai, was the same age as my son. So in my son's early years, those two would tear up the neighborhood on bicycles and skateboards. So Virgil has an incredible legacy. At his memorial service, the folks who spoke were mentees of his, and there were so many of them. So, yeah, we acknowledge that.
I don't know if I wasn't using my microphone and have been admonished for that, so please forgive me. But I certainly wanted you to have the opportunity because you had years and years and years of association with him. And also, I think I'm not sure since our last meeting, the passing of Commissioner Irma Clark. I don't know if we
acknowledged her last time?
I don't think at our last board meeting, but I certainly wanted to do it at the board meeting.
Yes.
Because of the work that she had done throughout the years and the good she was able to do throughout the years, and she was highly regarded. It was one of the most impressive homegoing services I've attended.
I shared the same birthday, which was a fun day to have your birthday. It's July the 4th.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything else to come before the Board of Commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to take a quick moment to introduce to you Elizabeth Morales, who is at the side table. She's a new Senior General Counsel working for me, and she may be appearing in front of the board. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce you to her.
Well, you know what your prime directive is. Keep us out of jail.
Happy.
Thank you. Is there anything else to come before the board? Hearing none, a motion to adjourn is in order.
Adjournment, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved and supported. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We are adjourned. All right.
You handled that well. Thank you. You handle that well.
Sometimes, yes. Evaluation. It's okay.